Do your legs feel heavier, slower, or weaker than they used to, even when you're eating healthy? What if the fruits you've trusted for years were no longer helping, but quietly working against you? Let's explore the fruits your body may have outgrown and discover gentler choices to bring back strength and ease. Have you ever quietly wondered why your legs feel just a little heavier, even on a good day? Why it takes a moment longer to rise from the couch, even when you're doing everything right? Maybe it's not just aging. Maybe something you trusted isn't trusting you back anymore. If you're over 60, chances are you've done your part. You've chosen fruit over snacks, walks over worry. You've tried to keep your body moving even when it resists. But what if one of those quiet, healthy habits isn't helping anymore? Not because it was wrong, but because you've changed and your body has been trying to whisper that truth to you. The health halo conflict. We were raised to believe that fruit is sacred, natural, pure, the kind of food you never had to question. It was what parents offered when you were sick, what doctors recommended without hesitation, what filled the bowl on your grandmother's table, a quiet symbol of health, wisdom, and care. And for a long time, that belief served us well. But somewhere, along the road, something shifted, not in the fruit but in us. After 60, your body begins to process things differently. Circulation slows, joints become more reactive. The sugar your body once burned through with ease now lingers longer, doing more damage than delight. The acids, the carbs, even the natural elements, they hit harder. And yet, the message hasn't changed. We're still told fruit is healthy. So, we keep eating, believing we're doing something right. But belief doesn't always age well. Some fruits that once fueled you may now be quietly draining you. Not with a crash, not with a symptom that screams, but with a slow unraveling in your knees, in your calves, in those stairs that feel just a little steeper. This isn't about fear. It's about finally giving your body the clarity it's been asking for. Because health advice isn't timeless, and sometimes what feels healthy is only healthy until it's not. The silent culprits. Let's take a quiet walk through 7 fruits that, while once helpful, might now be quietly weakening your legs. These aren't villains. They're just misunderstood, and maybe out of sync with the season your body is in now. 1. Pineapple. The acidic misdirection. Pineapple has long been praised for its anti-inflammatory powers, especially bromelain. It's tropical, juicy, and often sits front and center on healing food lists. But here's the quieter truth. Pineapple is highly acidic and carries a heavy load of natural sugars. In a younger body, those sugars are fuel, but in a body over 60 with slower blood flow and more reactive joints, that sweetness turns volatile. It spikes blood sugar. It inflames joints, especially knees and ankles, and worse, it does so silently. The discomfort you feel going upstairs, the tightness in your calves after sitting. It may not be just age. It may be the echo of something your body can't process anymore. 2. Bananas. The muscle memory trap. We've been told bananas are the perfect muscle food. Loaded with potassium, gentle on the stomach, easy to grab. But the truth beneath the peel, bananas digest incredibly fast, which means a quick sugar hit and a quick drop. That roller coaster can wreak havoc on an aging metabolism. It weakens insulin response, swells joints, and contributes to that heavy leg feeling after meals. And here's something rarely discussed. Bananas can promote fluid retention, especially in those with circulatory or heart concerns. So, if your ankles are swelling or your knees feel stiffer after a banana-rich breakfast, it may not be the weather. It may be your breakfast. 3. Grapes, the innocent inflamer. They're tiny, easy, sweet. Grapes look like the least threatening thing in your fruit bowl, but they hold a concentrated form of fructose, a sugar your liver must work over time to process. For younger bodies, it's manageable. But in aging systems, that fructose often becomes uric acid. which accumulates in joints, toes, knees, ankles. That sharp toe pain at night, the stiffness after a short walk. It might be your body responding to just a handful of grapes. And because they're small and snackable, we overeat them easily without realizing we're feeding the very inflammation we're trying to reduce. 4. Watermelon, the hydration illusion. Watermelon feels safe. It's light, refreshing, and let's be honest, it feels like water, right? But what many don't realize is that watermelon has an incredibly high glycemic index. It acts like sugar water in the bloodstream. And for seniors, every spike matters. That fleeting sweetness often leads to heaviness in the thighs, in the feet, in the ankles that swell before evening comes. It doesn't shout, it builds. And what feels like healthy hydration might be quietly undoing your circulation. 5 oranges, the acidic morning ritual. Orange juice, orange slices, morning sunshine. Oranges are iconic in wellness culture, but under that bright glow lives a dual edge. Citrus acid can be especially irritating to aging joints, particularly if there's already inflammation or arthritis present. The morning stiffness you feel, the dull ache after sitting too long, it could be the cumulative impact of daily acidity. Oranges also contain natural sugars that, when juiced or eaten without fiber, can swing blood sugar levels, leading to subtle inflammation with spikes throughout the day. It's not that oranges are bad, but perhaps they're no longer the perfect start to your morning. 6. Green apples, the clean bite that bites back. Green apples have a reputation for being clean, low in sugar, crisp, refreshing, but they're also high in malic acid, which can be harsh on aging digestion and reactive in inflamed joints. Many seniors report tight hips, sore thighs, or a mild burning sensation in their knees after consuming raw green apples, especially before bed. Combine that with hidden natural sugars, and the result is elevated blood sugar at night, restless legs, morning stiffness, and we wonder why sleep feels less restful these days. 7. Mango, the sugar bomb in disguise. Sweet software, beloved. Mango is often seen as a gentle tropical treat, but make no mistake, it's one of the highest sugar fruits on the list. After 60, the body's response to this sugar flood changes. Insulin surges, then crashes. Inflammation follows, circulation takes a hit, and over time, legs feel heavier, less reliable. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, over slices, over summers, over belief. And the worst part, you're eating it thinking you're helping yourself. None of these fruits are bad. They're just mismatched to the season of your body right now. That's not your fault. That's the body's way of saying what once worked may no longer serve. And maybe it's time to listen to that whisper, the gentle shift. This isn't a war against fruit, it's a moment of realignment, because the goal isn't to restrict, it's to reconnect. Your body isn't asking you to cut everything out. It's asking you to choose what now brings peace, not just praise. There are fruits that love your circulation, that support joint space, that hold antioxidants without flooding your bloodstream with sugar. Fruits that work with your age, not against it. Berries, the gentle guardians, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, tiny dark-skinned, rich in polyphenols. They don't spike blood sugar. They quietly reduce inflammation, and they nourish your legs, particularly in the microvessels that support calves and ankles. One handful a day can begin restoring movement that once felt lost. Cherries, the quiet gout whisperer. Tart cherries, in moderation, can lower uric acid. That means fewer flare-ups, less of that hot stabbing pain in your toes, and more days where walking doesn't come with a WS. Avocado, the joint's best friend. Yes, it's a fruit, and yes, it's one of the kindest things you can give your body. Rich in healthy fats, avocado calms inflammation from the inside out. It also stabilizes blood sugar, so there are no harsh spikes to derail your energy. Every slice is like giving your joints a soft cushion to move on. Pears, the sweetness that doesn't steal. Low in sugar, high in fiber, pears offer energy without the crash, and when paired with a small amount of protein or fat, they keep your body steady and your legs strong. Papaya, the tender healer, often overlooked but quietly powerful. Papaya carries enzymes that aid digestion, calm internal inflammation, and support smoother movement. Gentle on the gut, easy on the joints. A small bowl after a meal might do more than a supplement ever has. This isn't about finding superfoods, it's about finding safe companions. Foods that meet you where you are, that walk with you, that carry weight away from your body instead of adding to it. Your legs don't need a miracle. They need less confusion and more clarity in what you give them. And the beauty is healing often begins in the most ordinary bite. When the body whispers back, your body doesn't always speak in pain. Sometimes it speaks in pause. A quiet heaviness in your legs that wasn't there last year. A slower rise from the chair you've sat in for decades. That subtle wobble in your balance that shows up only when no one's watching. It's not shouting, it's not breaking, it's whispering. And it's been trying to tell you, I'm not angry at you, I'm just tired of not being heard. You see, the body isn't the enemy of your independence. It is your independence. It carries your memories in its joints, it carries your past in its knees, it carries your tomorrow in the steadiness of your stride. And maybe it's never been about doing everything right. It's about noticing when what once worked no longer fits. That noticing is the beginning of grace. That grace is the beginning of healing. And healing at this stage of life rarely looks like control. It often looks like listening, not with your ears, but with your steps. Maybe today you won't just look at fruit as good or bad. You'll look at it as a conversation with your body. One that changes with age, and one that gets clearer when you start listening to the signals your legs have been trying to send. CTA. Your legs carry more than your weight. They carry your independence. Maybe they just need a little more understanding, not judgment. If this opens something quietly true in you, type "still listening" in the comments. That phrase alone might resonate with someone else who needed it today. Next time, 3 health foods that quietly strain your circulation after 60, even if your doctor said they're fine. Conclusion. As we age, the principles of nutrition shift. What once energized us may now quietly weigh us down. The key isn't restriction, it's realignment. By understanding which fruits truly support circulation, joint health, and blood sugar balance, you empower your legs, your independence, and your vitality. Gentle, age-appropriate fruits like berries, pears, avocado, papaya, and cherries offer support without triggering inflammation or blood sugar spikes. It's not about saying goodbye to fruit, it's about choosing the ones that best nourish you at this stage of life.